Once upon a time, there lived an old master in a small village situated at the top mountains of Tibet. He was famous for his teachings about abundance and prosperity. Everyone who sought his counsel experienced their lives as if a miracle had occurred. Tenzin was described as a young and impoverished farmer who wept that everything he harvested felt insufficient, his fields dull. It didn't matter how much effort he put into his fields. Both couldn't get a good harvest, either his family relief. Eventually, Tenzin felt so lost that one day he decided to walk to the village and see Master Choden. He paused from time to time and lifted a heavy stone beside the road, strapping it on with a belt. When he reached the master, he knelt and said, "Master, I do not see abundance in my life. Whatever I do hardly pays off. I have not another soul. My land is stony and vectorial. Can you help me?" There was a calm smile on Master Choden's face as he turned to look at Tenzin. He spoke in a gentle voice. "It is the stones of your land spread that earn you happiness. But maybe you have not realized it yet, dear Tenzin. Today I'm going to make an easy task for you. On your way back home to the village, take these stone markers and throw them in the bank of the river toward the sky. Continue repeating this, noticing your feelings and reflecting on what each stone evokes in you." Upon hearing what the master said next, Tenzin was taken aback, but he had learned to listen and trust his mentor. He found a stone, and with each passing one that he took in his hands as he threw them toward the sky, he filled the air with thoughts, worries, despair emotions, which had troubled him every day. With each stone he threw came the possibility of letting go his inner load and preoccupations. Tenzin returned to the village by sunset and took the path towards his field. He let out his thoughts with the stones all day long and was tired but somehow lighter. In the next days that followed, he started to meditate more, value his land and plant with love. And as he turned each one over, revealing the underlying richness they hid, it dawned on him that the soil was his, and every humble thing he had pocketed a little treasure. 6 months later, Master Choden was packing to leave the village, and Tenzin approached him gratefully, saying, "Thank you, Master, for proving to me that abundance starts from within. My land produces more crops than it ever did. Hidden within these stones, I perceive the bounty." Master Choden chuckled gently and said, "The land does not hold true abundance. Your heart does. The time you learn to value everything, to love what you have, and to allow your thoughts and intention be pure, the abundance will start filling your life." So this story became a map to prosperity and abundance for the villagers. And the village people learned to appreciate all that they had through a conscious and heartfelt lens, to recognize the abundance in their land and all around. Hands, dirt, sweat, and a past with uncertainty were all reasons to believe in abundance. But as Tenzin recalled the funny poems of Master Choden, he realized that there was no sample of this abundance in the black land of this hill, because soil has nothing to do with it. Abundance is a way of seeing. Slowly, each day was approached with renewed awareness as he learned to notice the little gifts that were often there, but rarely acknowledged. One bright morning, Tenzin went out to his fields and saw a modest flower growing between two rocks. Then it dawned on him that Frum's unmindfulness, splashed with a hint of scorn, reminded him of something Master Choden had once said about finding value in even the smallest things. So at first he thought this was inconsequential. Upon closer inspection, he saw the floridness of the flower, the fragility of its petals, and how that it withstood everything around it. At that moment he was grateful, to not only the flower itself, but to the beauty and life it represented. Just like the flower, he too had been going through a lot but had continued to grow. Having been inspired, Tenzin created a new habit. Every night he sat quietly and wrote down 3 things for which he was grateful, big or small. Or some nights it was as simple as the comfort of his house or the sound of his children laughing. At other moments it was meditation or the help of neighbors that gave him insight. This gratitude practice over time bolstered his sense of contentment, and he realized that abundance was no longer something to chase. It was something to feel, something to be. Then one evening, while he was studying the heavens, someone he recognized came up to him. It was a farmer from the village standing there, with his own worries and uncertainties. Tenzin knew the look in his eyes because it was a weight he once bore himself. And as he lifted himself up to his feet, the young farmer sighed and said, I feel like something is missing in my life, that no matter how much I struggle, there is never peace or prosperity. Tenzin said softly and told the young farmer his story. He talked about the large stones he used to carry, Master Choden's teachings, and learning how to let go of these burdens and find gratitude in life. He pulled from his pouch a small piece of ginger and offered it to the farmer. This ginger is for warmth and energy. This represents all life. The earth is not the only thing in which abundance grows, so does the heart. There's a certain unexpected way life pays you back when you cultivate both of them. The ginger root was taken gratefully by the young farmer, who thanked Tenzin profusely, made a commitment to cultivate within and harbor appreciation. Tenzin gazed at him as he walked into the night, thankful that he had been able to transmit this knowledge that had changed his own life. As the years passed, Tenzin became a successful farmer and wise man of the village. From wherever they traveled, it was not the crops that drew them, rather a deeper understanding of finding abundance in life. It was not the wealth that made this village prosper, but rather the peace and commitment that had taken a root within each of their hearts. Over time, the tale of Tenzin and the stones happened to Master Choden as he spread his teachings on gratitude became an integral part of the village's way of life. Every year when it was harvest season, people from the village came to the riverbank and threw stones into the sky, one for every worry, regret, or weight they wanted to relinquish. It was a reminder and also the celebration of the bounty that sprang from within. The stones flew high into the sky, laughter and happiness echoed, and a lightness hung in the air as villagers released together, grateful for the overflowing abundance they felt streaming joyfully through their lives, an abundance that now flowed freely from their lives. It was the village golden era. Tibetan philosophy passed through bedtime stories, then across generations, across land. It became a legacy of inner wealth, the knowledge that the true kingdom is an equilibrium between the worldly abundance and spiritual oneness, something that could be established by those willing to turn their gaze inwards. Thus, the teachings of Master Choden and Tenzin's journey became a light that illuminated through time, teaching every humanity that abundance is not gained, but developed from our inside, nurtured with gratitude, compassion, and a heart open to receiving the beauty, plentifulness of existence. Also, in Tibetan philosophy, abundance and prosperity is more than just material wealth. It includes being serene, peaceful, and harmonious within. If you want to attract abundance and prosperity into your life, Tibetan philosophy shares some simple yet sublime secrets of attraction. Moving on from heavy thoughts, it is said that letting go of the emotions like anger, envy, and fear liberates our soul, a Tibetan wisdom. And when you release these emotions, you free the mind and spirit to allow more flow of abundance and well-being. Purity of intentions. In Tibetan philosophy, the purity of intentions carries a lot of weight. Every time you act from a place of purity and benevolence, you include yourselves within the lives of others just as much as they do with yours. You sow seeds of prosperity into the fabric, both in your life and their surroundings. And those seeds never care to grow and plow your money for you. The law of karma. Every small deed we perform, our gentleness, creates a ripple of positive in ourselves and everywhere around us. The law of karma, as it is held in Tibetan philosophy, informs this flow. Acts of merit, metta, and living a right way leads us closer to abundance. However, meditation is much more than just a practice meditating. It is an inner journey. In Tibetan thoughts, meditation silences the internal racket and reunites you with your true character. This peaceful feeling in you, which generates a sensation of fullness and contentment. As Tibetan philosophy teaches, compassion and forgiveness bring lightness to the heart and spirit. When you are kind to others and forgive their mistakes, your world creates an empty space that pure energy can easily fill within yourself, thus creating abundance. As per Tibetan philosophy, wealth begins within. Crisis is a channel to spiritual growth, self-awareness, and inner clarity, which are the prerequisites to knowledge of true prosperity. This chapter makes you recognize the blessings in everything around you, because there is richness in every single thing. In our videos, we are not engaged in promoting the Buddhist religion. Instead, we aim to share the beautiful aspects of Tibetan philosophy, offering insights that can enrich and enhance your way of life. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button for more videos. Until next time.